Hi friends, this is Abhishek Patil and thank you for 4 likes on my previous video. So our next question is Mikasa and it has a difficulty level equal to 1800. So we are given two integers n and m and we need to find the max of this sequence, and what this sequence is, we need to take the XOR of 0 up to n with up to m with n, and we need to find the smallest non-negative integer which is not present in this array. So for example, if we have 0 1 2 4, then our max would be 3 because 3 is not present there, and in this case um, our max would be 0 because 0 is the smallest non-negative integer which is not present in this array. So we are given two integers n and m, and we will take XOR of n with 0 to m like we did in the first example, and we will get our final array as 321076, and the smallest non-negative integer which is not present in this array is 4, so we need to print 4 here. So what the concept is, first we are creating this array by taking XOR of n with 0 up to n, and this array is obviously not sorted as we have seen here because the XOR can be either less than, greater than, or equal to n. So that's what we have written here, and we need to find the minimum value among this array. So what this array is, take the XOR of n with m plus 1, m plus 2, m plus 3 up to infinity, and whatever value you get, you need to return the minimum value you get from that array. That is, we need to find n modulo x, minimum value of n modulo x, such that x is greater than and equal to m plus 1. So instead of n modulo x, we can find n modulo instead of n modulo x equal to k, we can say that n modulo k is equal to x, that I have derived in here. You can pause the video and see the derivation. And so finally we need to find the minimum value of k such that n modulo k is equal to x and our x is greater than and equal to m plus 1. So there is an example given where n is equal to 69 and m is equal to 696. So we have added one in m, and now this is our n, and we need to find the minimum k such that our answer z would be greater than or equal to m plus 1. This is our m plus 1. So what we are doing, let's go here. If we have 0 in m, 0 in n, and we have 1 in m, so if we take a 0 here, then our answer will also contain 0, and this z value will become less than this m value. So in this case, we need to take 1 here so that our answer will also contain 1 and our z would be greater than and equal to m. For next bit, we have 0 in m and 0 in n and 0 in m. If we take 0 here, then our z will contain 0, and this number is still greater than and equal to our m. So this is an allowed operation. If we take 1 here, then our answer will contain 1 and our z will become greater than and equal to m plus 1, which is what we want, but we also want our k to be minimum. So we have two choices, either take 0 or take 1. So we will go with 0 because we need the minimum value of k. So here we will take 0, and our answer would also contain 0, so this number is still greater than or equal to m plus 1. And for the next bit, there is 0 in n and 1 in m, so it is the same case that we have done earlier. So we will take 1 here and our z will also contain 1. So our next case is there is 1 in n and 0 in m. So if we take 0 here, so our answer will contain 1, our z will contain 1, and this z would become greater than and equal to m plus 1. That is, it is an allowed operation and it is an optimal operation also, because if we take 1 here, then our answer will z will contain 0, and this is also an allowed operation, but we need to find the minimum value of z, minimum value of k, so that instead so that we will prefer 0 over 1. So our z will contain 1 here. So now, as you can see that now our z has become greater than m plus 1. It is not equal to m plus 1. It is definitely greater than m plus 1. So either we will take 0 here, all of the values equal to 0 here, or any value, like we can take any value here. Our z would be definitely greater than and equal to m plus 1. So what we are saying, now we have done now we have done finding our answer. Now just focus on making the k as less as possible. So for making k as small as possible, what we can do, we can take all other values equal to 0. So our answer would contain 0 0 0 1 0 1, and this is definitely greater than equal to m plus 1, because we already have 1 here and 0 here. So this is the most significant bit which is different in these two numbers. So in this way we are finding our minimum k, which gives us a value which is greater than and equal to m plus 1. So let's have a look at the code. First of all, we are in taking input as n and m, and then we are incrementing our m by 1, and then we are finding their um, uh, we are finding their value in base 2 by this stl function. So we will get a string like this. So uh, after that, what we are initializing our answer string as the size of 32, and we are creating a boolean value which is initially false, and it will become true after this operation that we have done here. If we are done with creating z greater than m, then this boolean value will become true. That is, we already have an index uh, which contain 1 in rz and 0 in rm plus 1, so that rz has already become greater than and equal to m plus 1. So value represent uh, this boolean value represent that if your z has already become greater than and equal to m plus 1, and if that is true, then our all other bits of answer would become equal to 0. We are focusing on creating k as small as possible, and otherwise what we are doing, we are checking if answers bit, if m plus 1's bit is equal to 1. So, and if our n's bit is equal to 0, then we need to have 1 in our z, so that our z would become greater than, z should not become less than m. Similarly, if there is 0, then our answers ith bit will also be equal to 0, and in our else condition we have uh, m's bit is equal to 0. So in this case, our answer bit would also be equal to 0, and if we already have 1 in ith bit of n, that is this case here, we have 1 in n and we have 0 in m. So we are taking 0 in z, and our z would contain 1, and our z now become greater than equal to m plus 1, so that we are setting b as true here. And finally we are converting our binary string into a long value, or integer value if you want to if you want to work with integer. So we are converting string to long, and our string base is base 2, that is we only contain 0 and 1, and then we are finally printing our answer. So thank you for watching. See you in the next video.